Let me hit you with some uncomfortable data. According to the UBS 2025 Global Wealth Report, the top 1.6% now own around 48.1% of global wealth, while the bottom half own just about 2% of the total wealth. You'll think the ultra-wealthy have access to secret money. No, they don't wake up smarter than you. They don't work 100 times harder. They just play by different rules. Rules that most people never even realize exist. Rules that schools don't teach. Rules that sound boring, until you realize they quietly decide who buys back their mornings and who works forever. Because here's the truth. If you follow ordinary money rules, you'll get ordinary results. If you follow ultra-wealthy money rules, time eventually bends in your favor. And today, I'm going to walk you through 9 rules the ultra-wealthy live by. Rules that compound quietly, invisibly, until one day, the gap between you and everyone else becomes impossible to ignore. Stick with me to the end, because rule number 9 is the one that determines whether the other 8 even work. Welcome back to the Financial Freedom Insider, where we decode money, simplify wealth, and expose the systems the wealthy use that most people were never taught. If you're serious about financial independence, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community that's done surviving and ready to build real freedom. Let's get into it. Rule number 1. They never rely on one income. The ultra-wealthy treat one income the same way you'd treat one engine on a plane. It might work, but if it fails, you're done. Multiple long-term studies from IRS data, Statista, and wealth research firms shows that most self-made millionaires rely on multiple income streams, often 3 or more. Not because they're greedy, because they understand that fragility is the real risk. During the 2020 layoffs, millions lost jobs overnight. People with one income panicked. People with multiple streams adjusted. One stream dipped, another covered the gap. That's not luck. That's design. Ultra-wealthy people don't ask, "How much can I earn?" They ask, "How many engines are paying me?" But here's the twist. Having multiple incomes means nothing if you don't master rule number 2. Rule number 2, they pay themselves first. Ordinary people save what's left. The wealthy save before anything else touches their money. Rent comes later. Bills come later. Lifestyle comes later. Why? Because what comes last usually gets nothing. George Clason wrote in The Richest Man in Babylon, "A part of all you earn is yours to keep." A university student once automated just $25 a month into savings. Felt pointless at first, almost laughable. No raises, no big sacrifices. 7 years later, over $12,000 saved. Not because of discipline, but because the habit never broke. Paying yourself first isn't about the amount. It's about priority. But what you do with that saved money matters even more. Rule number 3, they build freedom first, lifestyle later. The average person upgrades their lifestyle first. The wealthy upgrade their freedom first. New income for most people means better car, better phone, better apartment, more subscriptions. For the wealthy, new income means more assets, more equity, more cash flow, more ownership. Naval Ravikant explains it best. Status is expensive, wealth is quiet. A founder I studied lived in the same apartment for years after his business exploded. Friends assumed he wasn't doing well. Meanwhile, his investments were quietly buying back his time. Lifestyle upgrades feel good today. Assets pay you forever. And here's where the wealthy really separate themselves. Rule number 4. They see money as employees. Most people see money as something to spend. The ultra-wealthy see money as workers. Every dollar has one question to answer. Are you working for me, or am I working for you? Warren Buffett famously said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." 2 people earn the same income. One spends it. The other buys assets that send money back every month. 10 years later, same earnings, radically different lives. Money is either an employee or a dependent. But even employees fail without systems. Rule number 5. They put wealth on autopilot. Most people rely on motivation. The wealthy rely on systems. Because motivation fades, discipline fluctuates, emotion sabotages. Nobel Prize-winning economist Richard Thaler proved that automation massively increases long-term savings, not because people care more, but because friction disappears. A nurse automated $150 per month into an index fund. Forgot about it. Never checked it. Never optimized it. Never tried harder. 5 years later, 5 figures saved. Not willpower. A system. Automation builds stability, but stability alone doesn't build wealth. Acceleration does. Rule number 6. They use leverage intelligently. Leverage is misunderstood. Ordinary people fear it. The reckless abuse it. The wealthy control it. Leverage isn't just debt. It's other people's time, systems, technology, capital. Ray Dalio puts it simply. Leverage magnifies outcomes, good and bad. One person saves for 15 years to buy a property outright. Another uses controlled leverage to acquire 3 over the same period. Same market, different mindset. I've also seen leverage destroy people who used it to fund lifestyles instead of income. Same tool, opposite outcome. The difference was intention. Leverage accelerates if you respect risk. But leverage only works when you think far beyond today. Rule number 7. They play the long game with the right people. The average human being wants quick wins. The wealthy want durable outcomes. They think in decades, not days. They choose partners carefully. They compound relationships the same way they compound money. They avoid short-term thinkers, even when it costs them speed. Jeff Bezos said, "If you're thinking in quarters, you're competing with everyone. If you're thinking in decades, you're competing with almost no one." 2 friends start investing. One jumps strategies every year. The other stays boring, consistent, patient. 10 years later, same income, wildly different net worths. But patience alone doesn't work if you misuse this next tool. Rule number 8. They use debt as a tool, not a trap. Ordinary people use debt to consume. The wealthy use debt to produce. Bad debt buys things that depreciate. Good debt buys things that pay you back. Real estate, businesses, cash flow assets. One couple used debt to buy a duplex. Rent covered the mortgage. 5 years later, they had equity, income, options. Debt didn't trap them. They used it deliberately. And now, the rule that determines whether any of this works. Rule number 9. They understand wealth is a mindset before it's a bank balance. Every wealthy person I've studied shares one belief. I am responsible for my financial outcomes. No blaming the economy. No waiting for permission. No outsourcing responsibility. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research on mindset shows that people who believe growth is possible behave differently. They take ownership faster, and ownership compounds into results. 2 people, same background, same opportunities. One says, "It's not fair." The other says, "It's my responsibility." Only one builds wealth. Money follows mindset. Action challenge. Here's your 7-day wealth reset. 1. Identify one new income stream idea. 2. Automate one financial action. 3. Cancel one lifestyle upgrade. 4. Assign $1 a job. 5. Remove one toxic money influence. 6. Write your long-term money goal. 7. Commit to one system, not motivation. Small actions compound fast. Recap. Here's what we've learned so far. Multiple income streams. Pay yourself first. Assets over upgrades. Money as employees. Automation over emotion. Smart leverage. Long-term thinking. Strategic debt. Wealth mindset. First, here's the truth. Most people will hear these rules, agree with them, and do nothing. The difference isn't intelligence, it's application. The wealthy, they apply quietly and let time do the flexing. Like and share this video with that friend you know needs it. Drop in the comments which rule hit you hardest. We reply to the top comments personally. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Join the insiders building freedom before it becomes popular. Because next time, we're exposing another secret the ultra-wealthy use to get ahead. Don't miss it, because once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again.